All information in this program is known to be accurate at the time of recording. Any commentary by the host is for discussion purposes only. Anyone labeled a person of interest by the host or family has not been charged with a crime. All suspects charged with crimes related or unrelated to a case covered are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Opinions and views expressed by the host do not represent views of the families or sponsors of this program. Welcome to this edition of Grimm Media News. This is an episode called Help Find Us. The purpose of this episode is to help locate individuals that you have shared on the Grimm Truth Podcast Facebook page. And what I'd like to do is get into these stories and dive into them, profile them a little bit so you can help find these missing persons and get them back to the families that love them. So let's get into the video. Welcome to Grimm Media News, Help Find Us. I'm your host, Steve Stone, host and producer of the Grimm Truth Podcast. An idea hit me a few weeks ago was that people do a great job sharing and posting missing persons flyers and information. And I thought, what better way to help additionally get cases out there is to combine the cases that we get during the week and profile them and put them in a video package and put them over YouTube, Facebook, and get them out to the general public. So that's one of the things that we've decided to do, and I think it's going to be great. And before we get into the video, if you have a missing person that you would like profiled on the Grimm Truth Podcast, please email me, stevestone@thegrimmtruth.com. You can also take a look at the scroll down at the bottom, and you can go to the grimmtruth.com website, fill out an intake form, and we will get back to you as soon as that comes in. As soon as you send that thing, we get an email, and then we will be in touch. So let's get into this. Let's get into our first story, and this is going to be of Dakota Bingham. Dakota Bingham was from the Metro Nashville area. Police are searching for the man who went missing on Sunday night after leaving a bar in East Nashville. His friends and family are very concerned. Officers say the 28-year-old Dakota Bingham was last seen by friends at Noble's Kitchen and Beer Hall on Main Street in the Five Points area. He left the bar around 11:15 p.m., telling his friends he would be riding a scooter home back to his apartment on McGavick Street. Surveillance videos from a nearby business showed Bingham walking to 5th and Main Street, where he got on a scooter for a short amount of time, and then he got off and walked. He was then seen at a TA truck stop on North 1st Street around midnight. Investigators say this was the last area and last time his phone was detected by cell towers. He was reported missing on Monday by a friend who said she had not heard from him. As of now, there's no evidence of foul play, but also no explanation for where Bingham went. If anyone has information on Dakota Bingham, please contact the Metro Nashville Police at 615-862-8600. That's 615-862-8600. And as always, you can remain anonymous. This next case, I did a little background, and we'll profile it for you. We'll give you the information, and then I'll read you some headlines regarding this case. And this is going to be about these twin boys here. The first young man is Orrin West and his brother Orson West. They are both 3 feet tall, 35 pounds, and they were wearing the same type of clothing, which was a black jacket and gray sweatpants. They were supposedly last seen playing with chalk, and they went missing on December 21st, 2020. And I'm going to read you this from the Bakersfield, California Police Department. This was a story done by Veronica Morley of 23 ABC there. According to the police, in connection to this case, 83 people have been interviewed, 45 search warrants have been executed on residences and electronic devices, 170 items have been seized, and over 200 tips have been received. 16 mass area searches have been conducted. 3 searches have been conducted outside of California. The West boys, both 3 years old, 1 3 and 1 4, have been on the minds of law enforcement officers and the community for over 5 months now. Many questions remain surrounding their disappearance. The California City Police Department originally investigated the case, as the last place the boys were seen was at the home of their adoptive parents in Cal City. The adoptive parents, who are pictured below here, are Trezell and Jacqueline West, and they said the boys were playing with chalk in the backyard when they suddenly went missing. Since that initial investigation, Cal City PD, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Kern County Sheriff's Office, and the Bakersfield Police Department have assisted in the investigation, and BPD took over the investigation on March 1st. According to the latest facts released by BPD, all associated family members, including the adoptive and biological parents, have been interviewed by the police on multiple occasions. Police said this case is, quote, not a cold case, and the detectives have been assigned as the full-time lead investigator, along with a team of other detectives and crime analysts. The Bakersfield Police Department said they are working closely with experts from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, along with technical experts from the FBI. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts of these 2 boys, please contact the Bakersfield PD at 661-327-7111. Again, that's 661-327-7111. And then there is another hotline you can call. It's called the Secret Witness Hotline, or I guess would be the Anonymous Hotline. And that's 661-322-4040. You know, this is one of the questions I have, and I know that, you know, Amber Alerts are, again, generally for the, you know, people that are believed to have been kidnapped, but the FBI is now involved. But this happened in December. That article was the latest article I could find was written in June, and here we are in October. The FBI is involved, but I guess the question that I have remains, and this is something that, you know, I would love clarification on if anybody knows, but the FBI is involved, obviously, and that would probably be because there were leads that believed that these children were out of state. So because it's a multi-state issue, becomes a federal issue, so the FBI helps and gets involved. But Amber Alerts, I don't know what you guys think, and maybe you guys can hit me up in the comment section below. But I think the Amber Alert law has to be changed. I think when it's a kid, it should automatically be an Amber Alert. And I'm going to get to that in a little while in another child case. But it doesn't make any sense to me why we can't get the FBI and other people in early. And, you know, you read the article. They've done a lot of searches. They've executed warrants. But I don't know how long it took for that to take place. But I just think that the Amber Alert laws have to change. I think that for any kid that goes missing, any teenager that goes missing, no matter what, an Amber Alert should be issued. And yes, you are going to get these people that say, well, Steve, you know, kids run away all the time. And yes, that's true. They do. There are a lot of kids that run away. There are kids that run away. But we live in a world now where sex trafficking is a thing. Modern day slavery is a thing in the United States and all over the world. And it's because of that laws have to change, or a new alert has to be developed for that specific kind of case. Listen, I would rather roust a bunch of agencies to find a kid to know that they're safe than not do anything and then let months and years and decades go by and no one ever know what happened to their child. You know, and that's just my take. Again, let me know how you feel in the comment section. I'd like to get people's take. I know there was somebody in a video last week that I did that said, you know, well, we're a society that has phones. You know, our phones would be going off left and right. And I understand that. I get that. But half of us are glued to our phones anyway. So I just don't see the issue for it. I think that if it happens in a state, an alert should go out to all over for that state to help locate these children. I guess that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I digress. So let's get into another child case. This is going to be Michael Joseph Vaughn. This case has this just gut-wrenching poem or story that I think is awesome. But I'm gonna, you can read it here. Do you know what 5-year-olds are? They're heaven. They think mommy and daddy are superheroes. They walk up to children they've never met and befriend them instantly. They don't judge or even know what it means to be judged. All of their worries melt away with a single ice cream cone. They belly laugh at the word poop. They wear jammies with their favorite characters. They lie to get extra snuggles with mom and dad before bed and will argue with you that they love you more. This much, they'll say as they stretch their arms out wide. They're perfect. Michael Joseph Vaughn is missing. He's 5 years of age. He has been missing since July 27th. He was last seen in his front yard. He's suspected to have been abducted and endangered. There is a $40,000 reward for his return. If you have any information whatsoever, or if you were in the area this day, please alert police immediately. And I did find this missing persons flyer for him. He's 5. He's 3'7", 40 or 50 pounds, with blonde hair, blue eyes. He has a nickname Monkey. He was last seen Southwest 9th Street in Arizona in Fruitland, Idaho. If you have any information, you can contact the Fruitland Police Department at 208-642-6006. Again, that's 208-642-6006. He was wearing a light blue Minecraft shirt, size 4'6", black spandex boxer briefs with lime green trim and lime green Minecraft characters with they're called creepers, and a dark blue flip-flops, size 11. Now, again, I looked on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children website, and what I find striking is there's no Amber Alert on him either, and I don't know why that is. I don't know what the criteria are. What the criteria are. I just know that as you look for Amber Alerts, and I'm looking on them right now as we're talking. I'm back on the site, and it's Summer Wells is the only Amber Alert, and that was issued on June the 16th. So, if they believe this young man was abducted, why have there been no alerts issued? And I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something, but we have to do a better job of being more proactive when it comes to missing children's cases, and that's that. I mean, I don't know how else to put it into words that make sense. It's just something that has to happen. This one's going to make you mad, and it made me mad. I did check. I have been checking on this. I actually called. Let's get into this for a minute, though. So this young man has been missing since 2010. His name's Elijah Watson. He was 5 years old when he went missing. Now, I did look on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. He's not on there. I called the California Department of Children and Family Services, and they had no information on this young man, who would be 16 years of age, I believe. No. I believe so. Yes, he'd be 16. So, he hasn't been added to the website. And then I called the Department of Children and Families Public Affairs Office and left a message because I wanted to know if this was actually factual. Now, we do get posters. There have been times where flyers will come out and they're not, either they've been found or, just they haven't been vetted. When I saw this, I was appalled at the fact that if this is the case and he has not been located, or why hasn't he been put on? He's not listed on the website, and there was never an alert issued for this boy, and I'm waiting to hear back. And this is something I will update you guys on. But I mean, this is terrible if this is the case. He's Elijah Watson. I don't have any progression videos of age progression as he got older, but this was what was posted on our page, so this is what I went with. This is what he looked like at age 5. This is what really irritates me to no end. And like I said, when you look into these cases, you're gonna get floored, because you can say is what the F, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever that this would actually be factually true. He went missing when he was 5. And as far as I know, and I am trying to follow up and vet this, but I had to put it on here because I just felt we needed to. Listen, I'd rather make a retraction, folks. I'd rather make a retraction and say I got this wrong than not put this up here so it can be shared. And if you see there, he was listed as a runaway according to this post. What in the ever-loving world is happening to these babies? DCFS is what they call it in California, is removing and claiming they have the best interests of the child. And again, you can see on here, I'll just go back and put that back up for you. There was nothing done apparently. And I am looking into this. I did put a call before I started recording this video. I did put a call out, and I'm waiting to hear back from the Public Affairs Office of the Department of Children and Families there in California to see what's going on. I don't know. I do know that it's troubling, and I hope that we're all wrong. I do. Next up is going to be Cara Brooke Rogers. She has been missing since October the 21st. She didn't return home from school. She was last seen wearing khaki pants and a navy blue shirt. Her direction of travel is unknown at this time. If anyone has any information regarding the whereabouts of Cara Brooke Rogers, please contact the Mobile County Sheriff's Office in Alabama at 251-574-8633. Again, that's 251-574-8633. She's 13 years of age, 5'3", 150 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes, and again, she's a Caucasian teenage child. No Amber Alert on her either, but this says, again, they don't know if she's been abducted, so no Amber Alert. She went missing on October the 7th, so this is this is a new case. This just happened, so if anybody has seen Cara Brooke Rogers, please, again, contact the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, 251-574-8633. This case I saw and immediately started trying to find out what the heck happened here. So Kimberly, this is Kimberly Norwood. She was last seen May 20th, 1989 in Hallsville, Texas at about 5:15 p.m. Her friends, as they were all walking home, she had her 3 friends split up approximately 1 mile from her home, and she has not been seen since. She was wearing a white t-shirt, blue jeans, black tennis shoes. She had an abdominal surgery scar and pierced ears. Kimberly has been missing for 25 years. We have made this page in hopes and in the belief that she will be found alive and will reunite with her family. At the time of her disappearance, she was 5'5", 105 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. Again, she was born October 12th, 76, and she went missing May 20th, 1989, missing from Hallsville, Texas, which is located in the northeast corner of the state. They believe this was a stranger abduction, and she was 12 years old. Wow. I hope if anybody has information, email me, stevestone@thegrimmtruth.com. I am going to try and cover this case. I'm going to try to profile it on the podcast. And if anybody has any information on this case, please email me. That's stevestone@thegrimmtruth.com. I'm definitely interested in covering this case. Last story for this episode is one that we all need to start paying attention to. And it's something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the missing in general. But this is something we really need to start paying attention to. If you haven't noticed, there's been a big uptick in the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in this country. These are Native American women, children that are going missing. There's a great podcast by a guy named Payne Lindsay who has covered a lot, 3 different missing persons cases. One, I believed he helped solve, was the Tara Grinstead case. She was a missing teacher from Georgia who had been, and it was because of his podcast, they were able to locate her remains, and 2 gentlemen were arrested and are currently awaiting trial. But this story he's doing this season is Ashley Loring Heavy Runner. She's a 20-year-old, last seen in the Browning, Montana area at the Blackfeet Indian Reservation on June the 5th, 2017. 2 weeks later, her family found a tattered sweater and red-stained boots on the edge of the reservation, which they believed are, in fact, Ashley's. There is a cash reward being offered. As a matter of fact, the producer and host of the Up Advantage podcast, Payne Lindsay, he has, in fact, put up a reward to help locate Ashley. I encourage all of you to take a listen to this podcast. He does a great job. He's very passionate. And again, he even says in one of the very first episodes of this season, this is season 3, he's doing this. He says very forthright that, I'm not an investigator. This is not what I do. But he's passionate, and it's upsetting, especially with this case of Ashley Loring Heavy Runner, that, missing Native and Indigenous peoples, they go missing and nobody bats an eye. Nobody steps up and does anything. What I find completely awesome that he does is he was in Montana, hitting the ground doing an investigation. Her sister, Ashley's sister, has been to Congress, has testified before the Indian and Bureau Affairs subcommittee there in Congress, having to do more. And this is something that's starting to and needs to go to the forefront. It's one of America's dirty little secrets. Not the fact that missing persons cases are an epidemic in this country, but what's worse is missing and murdered Indigenous women and children. They go unreported. Sometimes their own tribal authorities don't go looking for them, and this is something that has to change in this country. And I'm telling you, there are tens of thousands of missing, murdered Indigenous women and children that are gone, that are wiped off the face of the earth, and no one reports them. And this, again, this is an awesome podcast. He does great work, and again, I encourage everyone to check it out. It's Up and Vanished. You can find it, wherever you get your podcasts, where you were finding mine. Not Buzzsprout, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. Again, it's a great podcast, and I urge you guys all to check this out. If you liked what we're doing here, leave a comment. It helps support the channel. If you want to support the channel, the one way you can do that is subscribe to the Grimm Truth Podcast YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of the podcast, Grimm Media News, or the coming back of the Weekly Remind. We will be bringing that back towards the end of the year. I'm working on getting some guests and topics. We have a lot of topics I want to cover, like crowdsourcing. If you haven't heard that term, it's being used a lot in the Gabby Petito case. But subscribe to the channel. Leave us a like, comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know on your opinions. You don't have to agree with everything I say. I'm just a talking head trying to do what I can for the missing. But, leave us a comment. Let us know. That's one of the greatest ways you can help support this channel. Again, if you have anybody that's missing, or if you have a person that you know that has a missing loved one, or a case that you think might need coverage that isn't getting coverage, email me, stevestone@thegrimmtruth.com, or follow the scroll here below. Go to the grimmtruth.com website, fill out the intake form, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can on that. I want to thank you guys for taking your time out of your day to watch this lengthy video. And again, this is something we're going to do every week. Want to continue to do. Keep sharing those flyers. Keep sharing the stories of the missing. They matter, and this matters. And maybe one of you out there can help one of these families find their loved one. I'm Steve Stone. This is the Grimm Media News. We are the media for the missing. God bless.